Hi everyone, we are the Fun Guys. My name is Rachel Nguyen and my group includes Anna Thomas, Jacob Holland, and Jessica Brickley. Today we're going to talk about water pollution in the ocean and our solution.
When you think about 8 ounces, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Maybe it's a cup of water or the latest iPhone. Well, that's equivalent to the weight of microplastics that the average human consumes in a single year. This is half a pound. Take a second to think about that. Not only this, but the consumption of microplastics has a lot of adverse side effects. This includes cancer and also the introduction of harmful chemicals into the human body. Although the situation does seem dire, and while that assumption is not incorrect, there are several solutions to this global problem. Some current solutions in place to reduce plastic pollution include surface cleaning, government policies, and company policies. Surface cleaning removes trash to get rid of any unsafe materials in the ocean that may harm humans and wildlife. And it's very beneficial because it prevents further ocean pollution and it also keeps animals from getting attached. But the problem is that there are 5.25 trillion pieces of trash in the ocean. So this would take so long to clean, and it's so expensive because it requires a lot of equipment. And then there's also government policies. They hold people accountable for the production and the pollution of plastic. They can ban and restrict certain plastics, apply fees to the use of certain plastics, and also cause some people to receive sanctions if they don't comply. Problem is, they don't exist in each state or even at the national level, so this would take a while to get everyone on board and pass every single policy. Many companies have implemented policies to develop more environmentally sustainable practices, and these policies show that companies are committed to reducing plastic pollution and also attract environmentally conscious customers. But the problem is that while this is good in the long run, it's really expensive for the companies, and going green can take a really long time.
Hi, I'm Ocean Joe, and have you ever wondered if you can make your plastic disappear just like that? Here at the Ocean Cleanup Corporation, where your trash is our cash, we can make just that happen. With the help of Ideonella sakaiensis, it has these magic little guys called enzymes, specifically PETase and METase. And these are the guys that help break down plastic in just a matter of hours. So now you may be thinking, how are we at the Ocean Cleanup Corporation going to implement this bacteria to help us clean up ocean plastic? Well, we're planning on having sort of a garbage boat, similar to a garbage truck, where the boat will take in the trash and then it will introduce it to a separate chamber where the bacteria are present, and it will break down the plastic. This will prevent these bacteria from being introduced into aquatic ecosystems, which could break down plastic that doesn't necessarily need to be broken down. For example, docks that have plastic buoys on them, we have to completely replace this infrastructure all across the world, and it doesn't make sense to directly introduce them into the ocean. So our plan is to essentially have a garbage boat, and this bacteria will break down the plastic and condense it into a smaller area, and that way you can just collect a large amount of garbage while you're on your journey, and then come back and dispose of it and go out and do it again. Ocean Joe, out!
During a time when Earth is reaching an indefinite amount of water pollution, plastic-eating bacteria is much needed. The great thing about this bacteria is that it can eat plastic and decrease the chances of animals becoming affected by it. About 700 different species in the ocean are impacted, and about 100 million animals die each year because of it. With the introduction of Ideonella sakaiensis, we can decrease those numbers. Research has shown that this method of getting rid of plastic works. However, it is not known whether or not it will negatively impact wildlife. Although this is unknown, it is not confirmed that it will hurt them, and so far, we have not seen any signs of destruction caused by the bacteria. We can trust it until we see evidence of suffering within these communities. Long-term benefits of this bacteria are quite clear. The bacteria is here to eat away what is harming our environment. It can lead to a future with less dirty water and a more healthy, sufficient wildlife.
Think about the effect of plastic waste on our lives. We ingest 8 ounces of plastic every year. How will that affect your family members that aren't healthy or young children who are still developing? The Earth is continuously getting worse and coming close to a point where there may be no return from negative human actions like plastic waste. If we can't be sure that the upcoming election will lead to more government support for the environment, then we need to take matters into our own hands with new research and funding. Leading experts like John McKeegan at the University of Portsmouth say that the new developments of the enzymes, PETase and METase, and Ideonella siccaensis can lead to faster enzymes that can be produced industrially. This plastic-eating bacteria can eat 90% of a plastic water bottle in 10 hours. That amount of plastic would normally take hundreds of years to disintegrate on its own. With funding, the enzymes in the bacteria can further be developed into the best version of itself and allow for the bacteria to be produced in mass quantities and used across the nation. This is the best solution we have right now to deal with the growing plastic waste because it eliminates plastic completely without burning it or dumping it into the ocean. And while this doesn't eliminate the production of plastic like restrictive policies do, this is a good first step to cleaning up our mess that has already been produced. And it will buy us more time to come up with universal solutions that prevent plastic production in the first place.